What about the vowels? So eventually I sent a letter to Pernidas, and I got a very beautiful letter back in reply. It began, "The melodious idea of the Aquarius Festival has charmed me." It ended with the sentence, "I extend my hand across the ocean for a friendly joint." So I thought, it's just got to be the vowels. So I sent a letter to Mrs. Gandhi, and then a whole series of boring letters were exchanged between a whole lot of boring people. Last Wednesday, after the events of Tuesday, nothing still had happened, and I thought it's got to be the time now or never. So I went down to Canberra, and I had a few words with a few people there about visas. I think a lot of things have been proved here in this last 10 days. One thing we've proved is that we've been able to set up the first real people's state in this country. There have been lots of very strange things happening here. There have been 10,000 people come through this festival, and there are 10,000 versions of it. There have been a lot of incredibly high, incredibly good forces here. And a lot of incredibly evil forces here.
What about your attitude to certain things that have come up during this festival, like nudity and marijuana and things like that? Yeah, but I mean, you must have decided an attitude as to, how you're going to play it,
Everybody seems to be behaving themselves very well.
Well, do you think that people can behave themselves without you, or what?
I wouldn't be able to say that.
You wouldn't be able to say?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
He'll make all the comment, okay?
I wouldn't like to offer any comment at all because of the simple reason I don't know. It's very dangerous and very unwise to make statements that you know nothing about.
A week ago, it would have seemed a complete fantasy to me that groups of people would set out to destroy this sort of festival, would set out to use the radicals against the cops and the hippies in between like a sandwich.
The festival is always seen as a beginning rather than an end. And lots of people trying to get together to keep things going in Nimbin. Universities are a fuck-up. Don't go back to the cities. However, I have to say that the land you're sitting on is got to be cleared up because we're only got it under license. Until we get together with people who want to buy land, there's no land we have at present in the town of Nimbin. The thing that Johnny said about the barbed wire is really significant. This festival has been really beautiful, but one thing it has proved is that you can't have a festival like this unless you have really heavy gate tolls and prevent people from coming into it. That's why I've got people going around with buckets. A lot of people did skip paying their $5 fees. They had all sorts of excuses for not contributing to the cost of the festival. We were pretty open about it. We said, okay, look, we don't want barbed wire, we don't want to have to force it on you. If you really feel that way, we're not going to hassle you to go through. The bikies arrived on the first day, they hassled people at the gates, they actually gave them tickets to get them away from them. The next day they came and asked for refunds on them. That's the sort of festival it was.
trying to do a good job.
I don't like the way he goes about doing it. I don't like the way he goes about doing it. The way he does it. I'm sure he's trying to do it.
Well, a few hundred people are coming back to Nimbin in early September, and when they get back, we'll have a big meeting, and that's when we'll start making a few decisions. Up until then, everything you hear is simply personal dreams and trips. But when we get together, we can choose what we want about setting up a new community. In between then and now, people are earning their $200, and then there's also a few of us on a coordination trip to try to get as much happening as we can, like registering a cooperative, and like we've already done, taken out options on the land up there. We've got one option on 1,000 acres, which includes 800 acres of forest and 200 acres of river flats, which are all over 700 feet above sea level, which covers the frost-free level, so we can grow stuff all year round. We've also got our own creek and sawmill, which stopped operating about 3 years ago, and a waterfall that's just off the property in the state forest. We're surrounded by state forest at the back. We've also taken out a few options on the farm surrounding us, so that if we get more than 500 people, well, then we can buy a bit of extra land, which would be really good.
From the present feeling, it seems certain a community is going to be formed.